Hey everybody, the Long Shot Signatures here. This is episode 98 of my 2024 TTM returns, and I have 9 successes to share with you all. Been getting more consistent returns throughout the weeks, almost pretty much every single day anymore. But usually 1 or 2 returns, so that's pretty cool to see. Would like to see another big mail day at some point. I'm just going to have to send out more in order to get that to happen. But regardless, very happy to see more consistency with the returns. So I shared the 3 that I got in on Monday, and I got 2 back in on Tuesday. First one is a 4 of 4 success in 15 days from former MLB pitcher Wes Gardner. I had several of his cards in some bulk vintage that was in a lot of cards that my mom had bought at a flea market. And so I got those 3 signed, and then also had this 1990 Don Russ for the set. I may have had his 91 Fleer as well, but didn't even realize he signed and that he was in the 90 set, so that was just a real nice happenstance there. So cool to get those. Next one is coming back from a former NFL quarterback. This is a 3 of 2 success in 22 days from former 49ers QB Scott Bull. Bull did not play very much in the NFL, but he did start a few games. I think he had a few wins. Also had a lot of interceptions. Statistically, not a very good quarterback. I don't remember exactly how I found the name to send to him. It was either something about the lockout players, that played. I don't think it was that. It might have been more likely that I heard about him through and I apologize, this is going to sound really bad, but you guys know what I'm talking about if you've seen his videos. Barry McCockner video talking about the worst quarterback seasons of all time. And I think Scott Bull was one of them for the 49ers. So, unfortunately, wasn't a great NFL quarterback, but has been a good signer. Haven't seen too many successes from him, but he included this signed photo, which was nice. Then on Wednesday, we got 2 returns. First one is from a former MLB catcher. This is Glenn Brummer. Signed this in 16 days. Another one from that bulk of vintage. I have several more cards I could send out, but it's a lot of players that I already had autographs of because it was around that same era. I tried focusing on players that I didn't already have, and so Brummer was one of them. The other one is coming back from a former NFL safety. This is a 2 of 2 success in 35 days from Charlie Waters. Waters was part of a safety duo with, he just made the Hall of Fame not that long ago. Not Mel Renfro. I cannot remember his name to save my life. But he was part of a really good safety tandem, and he himself, I think, was like a 4-time Pro Bowler, made some second-team All-Pros, and then won some Super Bowls with the Cowboys. A first-team All-Pro and maybe another Pro Bowl nod might have been enough to get him into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. His stats were really good. He played his entire career, I'm pretty sure, with the Cowboys. So that longevity there would definitely help out the case. But he is definitely part of the Hall of Very Good. A very solid player back in the day. Then we got 2 more successes on Thursday. First one is a college football coach. This is a 2 of 2 success in 36 days from Craig Schurig. He is a Division II head coach for Washburn. He has coached there for 20 plus years, has helped turn the program around, almost has a 600 win percentage, which would technically make him eligible for the Hall of Fame. He'd have to have at least 2 or 3 more high win seasons. to reach that. He does have 3 bowl wins, which is still confusing to me how there's a football bowl subdivision, which is Division 1, and that's the FBS. And then I can see in some cases why FCS would get a bowl game, but even like Division 2 and 3 get bowl games, and I don't understand exactly how that works. And it's not like it's a championship game. Some of them are, but not all of them. But Craig Shurig has a 139 and 102 record at Washburn, where he has coached his entire head coaching career. So really cool to add another longtime head coach to the collection. Then we have a college football player for the next one. This is a 3 of 2 success, also coming back in 36 days, from quarterback for Western Kentucky, Caden Veltkamp. So this, I think, is the 3rd consecutive starting quarterback that I have gotten from Western Kentucky. The other 2 being Bailey Zappi and Austin Reed. And both of them included a note, and so did Caden. He wrote, "I appreciate you for sending me a letter. I hope you continue to watch us this year. Reach out to me anytime, and I'll get back to you ASAP. Sign, Caden Veltkamp." Very cool program that they have. I love watching the Western Kentucky football team. Very pass-heavy oriented. Several of the top all-time passing quarterbacks in college at the FBS level. And Bailey Zappi ended up getting drafted to the Patriots. I believe he's on their practice. No, I think he's with the Chiefs now on their practice squad, if I remember correctly. And then Austin Reed was an undrafted free agent pickup for the Bears. I don't know if he made it past the preseason. But Bailey Zappi is the single season record holder in FBS for passing yards and passing touchdowns in a single season. And Reed did really well there, and I'm hoping to see Caden Veltkamp do well. I think he's in his 3rd college football season, but this will be his 1st year starting. So lots of high hopes for him. Then we got 3 successes that came in today. First one is a guy I've gotten from before. I don't know why I have it as 2 autographs. I got 4 from him. But this came back in 88 days from former NFL wide receiver, the Rocket, Raghib Ismail. I may have pronounced his first name wrong there. But he did write on the outside of my envelope to include my email address next time. I think he's doing like some sort of like campaign thing. Not necessarily like political. But he's doing something where he's trying to get people's email addresses to sign up for some sort of like newsletter or thing that he's a part of. I don't know exactly what it is. But I've gotten from him before. Pretty sure he went to Notre Dame. He's got some Notre Dame cards that you could get signed by him. Fantastic TTMer. There's also Kadri Ishmael, who was the Missile. And when I got from him, he didn't even sign any part of his name. He just wrote Miss or Missile and just kind of spelled it out. Rocket is, of course, Raghib's autograph, but it looks more like an autograph than Missile's did. So, able to get 4 cards from my childhood signed then. Then we have a MLB return. This is a 1-of-1 success in 18 days from former infielder and current, I think, base coach, Dave McKay. Signed that card for me nicely in blue. Believe I sent to the Arizona Diamondbacks because he's one of their, I think he's the first base coach. But he has been a coach for a long, long time in Major League Baseball, but was also a fairly decent player back in the day. And the last one for this video is another college football player. This is a 2-of-2 success in 36 days from Iowa tight end Luke Lachey. So he has a pretty high pedigree going into the draft. I believe he was injured last year, so he only ended up with 10 catches. But Iowa has been a tight end factory for quite a while, actually, but especially in recent years. George Kittle was kind of the start of that. I was able to get his autographed after he entered the league. And then I think Noah Fant was an Iowa tight end. I could be mistaking him for someone else. But I got his autograph via purchase, wasn't able to get him through the mail. And then the most recent Iowa tight end success story was Sam Laporta, who set all kinds of records last year, and I was able to get him while he was in college. So I'm trying to continue, trying to follow some trends that have been working out for me in recent years and see if those continue. And so Luke Lachey is continuing that trend of, top prospect tight end out of Iowa, and another one that signed for me. So very happy to get this one back. Hope to see him do well this season. But that is it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. Best luck with your guys' collecting. Take care.